climate change exhibit. And I absolutely love this job. I worked with an amazing group of people. My supervisor was wonderful to work with. And I really enjoyed engaging the students, teachers, and other visitors about the issue of climate change. But unfortunately, though, I've got to say goodbye to this position on Saturday. Saturday is actually my last day of work. The exhibit actually ends this Sunday before it goes on to Cleveland starting in mid-July. And it's been such a pleasure to work in this job, to kind of pursue this path of trying to educate people about climate change. Well, not only do I have to say goodbye to my present job at the St. Louis Science Center, but unfortunately I have to say goodbye to all of you here tonight too. All of you have been so wonderful to me when I joined Toastmasters here in January, and I appreciate all your helpful suggestions too, as I've been trying to learn how to become a better public speaker. And I will be trying to make it to the last meeting on May 25th, but unfortunately I'm going to have to move on. Now, where am I moving on to? I'm actually moving on to my summer job at Crater Lake National Park in Oregon. And I had Jack and I hold a picture of my summer home. Hopefully everyone can see this picture here.
They won't if I can't open it.
Yeah. Can everyone see that picture? That's where I spent my summers, at Crater Lake National Park. I'm a naturalist ranger there. I narrate the boat tours. I give an evening campfire program. I also give a geology talk, a historic lodge talk, a sunset guided talk there, and more. And all of you are more than welcome to come out to Oregon this summer and check out one of my ranger programs. And you're also more than welcome to count my ums and ahs and tell me how I did doing my ranger talks. But unfortunately, I have to say goodbye to my present job at Crater Lake also. I've been working out there off and on for about 20 years. And during those 20 years, it's been such a fantastic time, but I feel like it's time for me to kind of pursue other paths. It's such a long drive from St. Louis to Crater Lake, about 2,000 miles, and I have an incredible time driving out there. But over the years at Crater Lake, I've noticed changes. First of all, our snowpack has been diminishing over the years. Snowpack has been going down. I've been seeing it rain more and more in May and October, and I've been doing lots of research on this. And the conclusion from the scientists in the park and scientists as a whole is man-made climate change. So I feel like I've got to pursue this passion of mine to educate and inspire as many people I can to try to resolve climate change. So I'm going to have to say goodbye to Crater Lake here also. But before I say goodbye to Crater Lake, my present job, and all of you at Toastmasters, I actually have a gift for all of you here tonight. Now, you might have noticed this piece of paper. Everyone gets one of these pieces of paper that said, "Please do not flip over." And Erin was actually worried it was like a private message for her. But actually, it's a gift for all of you here tonight. I actually end my sunset guided hike with this gift here. It's called Ranger Brian's Wisdom. And I put this together, and you're more than welcome to flip it over now. I put this together from my 20 years of spending time simply observing nature in the wilderness and observing visitors interacting with the wilderness. And I was wondering if, Alan, if you could read the first 3 lines from that.
Okay. For every question, there is not necessarily an answer. Yield to the mysteries of nature.
Isn't that great? That there's not an answer to every question when you spend time in nature? I've had people ask me how many different species of insects there are in the Everglades or Crater Lake. And to be honest, I don't have a clue. There's not answers to every single question. So isn't that neat? When you spend time in nature, there's still a lot of mysteries, and the all-knowing park rangers, such as myself, do not necessarily know all the answers here. Now, Alita, would you read the second 3 lines from here?
Take time to enjoy the view and smell the roses. Find your own sacred place.
I think it's so important to find your own sacred place, whether it's in nearby woods by your house, Beech Tree Park, where we're still hoping to have that picnic, Erin and Adam here, or if you like to travel and go to some place like Yellowstone over and over. I please encourage you to find that sacred place and keep going there, because you'll find so much renewal going to nature over and over again here. I was wondering if Kathy, I know you're doubling as the timekeeper here tonight, if you can read that third set of lines here.
If nature is your hobby, you will never be bored. You can never step in the same stream twice.
Nature's always different, always changing, especially if you live here in St. Louis. I love going to Beachy. I grew up going to Beachy Park. Always different there. And this winter I enjoyed the snow there, the frozen pond. The flowers been blooming there recently, and I enjoyed going there in the fall and seeing the leaves turning color. Summertime when I was a kid, seeing the green of the trees there too. So if you find that sacred place, you're going to notice it's always changing, always different there too. Kevin, I was wondering if you could read the next 3 lines there.
All right. There are things we love, things we hate, and things to which we are indifferent. However, in nature, everything matters.
Everything matters in nature here. I've had so many people complain about mosquitoes when they visit a national park. And yes, they are annoying. I get annoyed by mosquitoes too. But mosquitoes are the bottom of the food chain. They provide food for other insects and then birds. And then there's the top of the food chain that we do enjoy, bald eagles, bears, and elk. So mosquitoes actually play an important role. People hate forest fires because with forest fires, you can't see the beautiful view with the smoke of the lake. But the forest fires actually kill off the old trees so the new trees can grow. And people often hate the rain and snow when they go out there because you can't see the lake. But it's the rain and snow that gives us the beautiful blue waters itself. And finally, Howard. Hopefully I'm speaking loud enough here, Howard. You can read the last 3 lines for us here.
Every single person makes the world, every single day. Think boldly, act daily.
Yes, every single one of you has been so wonderful to me these past few months. So I've really enjoyed all of you. And be thinking of me this summer here in St. Louis with the hot and humid weather that I'll be avoiding. But when you go get that Ted Drew's, Emo's Pizza, or go to a Cardinal game, be thinking of me as I'm missing those things, as I'm in my paradise mountain home. However, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests, it's time once more for me to get to the point and finally say goodbye to all of you.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Everybody take a minute and send Brian a note.